Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about buying land with your Filipina or buying a house for your Filipina. A lot of people worry about coming here because you cannot own property as a foreigner. You know, you cannot have your name on top of the title, not the main owner of a piece of land here in the Philippines. You could be part owner, you could have a wife, and you can be listed on the title of the property. But you're never the owner. And if something happens to your wife, then you have to sell it because you can never really own the property. There's many ways around that. You need to get a good attorney, and using that attorney will help you find the legal way to do everything with a will and all that. It's best if you're married when you do this. If you buy property with a girl you're just engaged to or a girlfriend, or say she's separated and has a husband that she hasn't seen for many, many years, it can be difficult. You can go ahead and buy that property in her name, but you'll never have title to that. And if you buy material and you build a house on there, you can have your name on the house, but then you're going to have to lease the property. So really see an attorney. Be careful on what you do if you're single and you're here in the Philippines and you want to own property and build your own house. It's very difficult in that situation where you're single. You have to have a lot of trust in your Filipina. I am not going to go into the legal ramifications of why you should or should not do this. But me, we're going to talk about me, Mike. Why am I going to buy property and put it in Janet's name? Well, Janet and I have been together over 2 years now. And I feel very comfortable with Janet. Janet is the girl I'm going to be with forever. I don't have wandering eyes. I'm not interested in anybody else. I do like looking at a good set of boobs every now and then when they walk by, but I'm never going to leave Janet for another girl. I am too happy in my situation. This is about the happiest I've ever been in my life, being with Janet. I very much trust Janet completely. There's nothing I don't trust Janet with. And this is the secret, guys. When you decide you're going to buy property or you're going to build a house or you're going to do something, make sure that partner is the right person for you. Don't do it on a whim. Don't do it because the Joneses are doing it. The guy next door, a friend of yours, is buying a house. Your girlfriend's girlfriend, her boyfriend is buying her property. Don't do it to keep up with the Joneses. You have to do it for all the right reasons. And there's many reasons. One reason is you're never going to build on that property, but you're thinking, let me leave her something. You know, I cannot leave her with nothing but just money. And this is a concern I have with Janet, just leaving Janet a lot of money, is she has a good heart. She's a good person. She wants to help people. Well, slowly but surely, they're going to take all the money out of her bank account. You know, if a niece, a cousin, somebody needs help with the problem, and she has the money in the bank, she's going to help them. And then 10 or 15 years from now, she won't have nothing left. But if she has property, or if she has a house, or you give your girl a great education, these are things she can't sell and give away. These are things she's going to keep forever. Yes, she can sell the property, she can sell the house, she can move and get a job somewhere else. But these girls don't really sell things. They keep their assets. It's hard for them to say, oh, let me sell that house and make some money. No, they're looking to have a beautiful house. They're going to live in it. And if you're gone, chances are they're going to move their family into the house if it's more comfortable than where the family lives now. They will take care of the house because the girl you with, you're going to teach her the value of this property, the home, and money. You have to educate her all along how valuable it is to have money in savings and not to waste it because of the future. The biggest thing Filipinos do is they don't think of the future. They're just thinking about today and tomorrow. You know, they're not thinking 5 years from now or 10 years from now. So that's up to you as a man to train them to be more responsible with their money, be more responsible with their possessions. Now, is it the right choice for every man to buy their girlfriend or their wife property or a house? No, it's not. Every man is different. Every situation is different. But I'm 70 years old. Janet is 34. 3 years old. That's a 38-year age gap. For me to think that I'm going to outlive Janet is a silly thing. You know, the odds are I'm not. The odds are 10 more years is all I have. I can really hope and pray I have one more good decade in me. That would be great. Thank you, Lord, for 10 more years. I can get a lot accomplished in the next 10 years. But how are you going to leave your Filipina? Are you going to leave her just like you found her? When you're gone and something happens to you, she has just a bunch of bills to bury you or to cremate you or to send your body back to the U.S.? Or are you going to leave her in a better position than she is now? Remember, she's giving you everything she's got right now. She's giving you her time, her attention, her love. She cares for you. There's things Janet does for me that people would never see, that I appreciate more than anything. And I know she's worth every nickel, every dime, every peso that I invest in her. But just because I do it doesn't mean it's right for you. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Make sure you know the girl, you trust the girl, have a relationship with the girl. Come on, guys. We've been dating women all our lives. We probably have been married more than once and divorced. You know when you got a good girl and when you don't. And if she's not a good girl, even if you're having a great time with her, don't be investing a lot of money into it. But if she is a good girl, if she is the girl that's going to take care of you, you know, like I always say, yesterday Janet was a girlfriend, today she's a wife, later in life she's going to be my caretaker. I trust her more than I trust any nursing home back in the U.S. to take care of me. Those nursing homes back in the U.S., they're going to put you in a wheelchair, wheel you in front of a TV, and you can watch Phil Donahue or whoever's on TV nowadays, Oprah, and that's your life. They don't care if you spit up on yourself, if you crap yourself. Where the girl that you choose in life, when you get older, you get into your 80s, maybe into 90, and you need someone to take good care of you, that's the girl you're going to invest in property or a house. Don't overspend. Make sure you have money for you and your health and your life. You have to take care of yourself. But the money you put aside for that girl, it's going to be well worth it in the long run. And it'll make you feel good. If you have the extra money and you have the trust and the feelings for that girl to do it, do it. But if you don't have the extra money, you don't trust her, don't do it. Everybody's different. You do not have to keep up with the Joneses. Guys, let me know what you think about me buying property for Janet. The cost is going to run me just under 2 million pesos for the whole thing when said and done. That's about $38,000, maybe a little bit less. That's a lot of money. Is that something you would do? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now, guys, Janet and I have spent a lot of time driving up and down the mountains around Valencia, all around Valencia, looking for properties. We've looked at many, many properties. Every day is a journey for the last 2.5 months, looking for some property. As we were looking, we found a lot of properties that were good. I always wanted to look on a paved road. I wanted to be on a cement or concrete road. I did not want to be on a dirt road, you know, 300, 400, 500 yards off the main road. We also run into a lot of problems with skin tax. And let me tell you the story of skin tax. We found one property for sale on Marketplace on Facebook. And it was a nice looking piece of property. It was 770 square meters. We called the agent, made contact with the agent. They were asking 2,500 pesos per square meter. And to me, that was a good price. I asked the guy, one, is it a clean title? And two, is it negotiable? Well, he answered yes to both questions. We made the appointment to go see the property. So we met him up by the church up in Valencia. The guy showed up. He was an older gentleman. He was a real estate agent. He was not the owner of the property. He was just a fly-by-night agent. I've never seen him before, but he took us to the property. And he wandered around the property with us, trying to show me the boundaries of the 770 square meter lot. He was unable to show me the beginning and the end of this property. And I asked him about the price. I go, well, they're asking 2,500 pesos per square meter. Can we negotiate that down to about 2,200 pesos per square meter? And he goes, sir, we can negotiate, but for you, it's $3,000 per square meter. I just looked at Janet and said, what the, why is the price higher? And I looked at the guy and he says, because you're foreigner, you can afford more. I was just shocked. I was shocked at this, not only a skin tax, but a blatant acknowledgement of that. And I told Janet, we're not buying from this guy. And the family came out later and talked to him. And the family is a nice family. Trouble is, they hired a terrible agent. So I told him, I can't do business with you. But the agent, I would never do business with this agent again. The skin tax, you don't even think about how much it is. 700 square meters, and if they add 500 pesos per square meter, you're what, $3,000 to $4,000 more for the property, and that's a lot of money. And it's just not right, especially on a large purchase. I'm used to the skin tax when I go to buy an apple or I go to buy some fruit at a stand where the prices aren't marked. They're going to charge me a couple pesos more. But for this was outrageous. The other thing we found, a few of these properties had a lot of coconut trees. And this property here was up in the mountains of Valencia, and it had many, many coconut trees on there. Well, the cost to pull up these coconut trees and dispose of them and also get the roots. It isn't just cutting the coconut tree in the falls. You got to get the roots out of the ground. And once the roots are out of the ground, you have to fill that hole with dirt or it's going to cave in later. If they just fill it with other debris and trash, you need to backfill it with good dirt. So the more trees it had coconut-wise, the more expensive the property is to get rid of everything. So that was a major concern in looking for some of these properties. We found another property that was 500 square meters. This one here, it was cleared already. It had no trees on it, but the ground was very rocky. A lot of rocks, nowhere really to plant a garden. It's going to be tough to dig up all the rocks and dispose of the rocks and then get some backfill of some good dirt in there. So we decided against that one. One other one we liked was this one, but they were selling the back section of it. And they had a lot of requirements with the right-of-way. I thought it was going to be very expensive to get the right-of-way in there. And I wanted road front. I want to be the property on the road itself where I don't have to deal with easements or right-of-ways. I don't mind giving the right-of-way to someone behind me, but I don't want to be counting on that person when they sell the property in 20 years or 10 years, then I lose my right-of-way. So I needed something on the main road. And the property that we chose, this property here with the fruit trees, 700 square meters, right on the road. We were able to negotiate a good price. This is the property that we're going to buy, and we hope it all works out. Until next time, guys.